San Francisco City College. It was City College?
Yeah.
How did you even get in contact with them?
Yeah, so there's an academy in Australia called Pro Kick Australia, and they kind of transition Australian rules football players like myself. They're kind of the anchor company over there that kind of discovered, that
Right.
Australians will do well over here, and they kind of set the path out for you. You know what I mean? At the time, I hadn't graduated high school, so the only option for me then was to go to junior college, get my AA, and then come to a school like this, which it really worked out. So before I got there was like 3 punters that went to the same school, and they got Power 5 offers out of that school. So I thought, that's a good little footpath for me to follow, and it turned out really well.
See, that's one of the things that I'm trying to correlate our stories, is the fact that me being Canadian, going to a whole new land ultimately, and just not aborting your past, but just trying to move on to do something totally different. But you seem like you've done that a few times over with the Bali, and then, your life has been led in all different kinds of areas. But that's one of the questions that I had for you was, in Canada, we were always looking to get out, because there's no athletic scholarships in Canada at that point in time. So we would have to cross the border and go to the States to play football in America.
Yep.
Is there a dire need for kickers predominantly? Obviously, because we know about rugby, we know about football over there, which is obviously the one with the foot that we call soccer here.
Yep.
Is it one of those things where it's an aspiration to go stateside and play American football? Like, is there a lineup for these kids to punt an American football as opposed to a rugby ball?
Yeah, I think now there definitely is. The organisation I come from, Pro Kick, they've got kids lining up to get into that organisation now. But when I grew up, I didn't know anything about college football. To be honest, when I'd see college games, and I'd think they're like high school games. I'm like, shit, like high school football over in America is like crazy. Like,
100,000 screaming and yelling.
Yeah, I didn't really learn much about it and hadn't really seen much. But then as soon as I was 22 when I kind of found out there's a possibility I could come over here and play college ball and get an education. And, as soon as I figured out, the blueprint on how to do it, I kind of, got the ball rolling, and I moved to Melbourne. And with the Academy Pro Kick Australia, and they kind of got me in the right path and sent me to JUCO as soon as possible.
So, I don't know much about Australian style football. What's the biggest difference between Australian style football and American football?
So it's a way bigger field. It's like a giant oval. You have to be, it's kind of just, there's no timeouts, no offsides, just 20-minute quarters that kind of run down, that keep going. So probably about 25 minutes you're out there at a time, 4 quarters. So yeah, it's just, when I was playing, at a semi-pro level, I think I was probably like 190 pounds. Mm-hmm. And you just have to be fit, like soccer fit, you know what I mean? It's just non-stop running. Our pre-season consists of just 3-mile time trials, all this and that. But
positional wise, like what did you play?
I was like a centre-half back.
And what is that?
So it's like a defender. So like your
so
centre-half
he's out
back.
there banging.
So the centre-half back will kind of line up on the centre-half forward, and they're kind of it's like their main target coming into the to their.
It's like a linebacker.
You know what? I love it because you know why. Like, and you'll find this out when you get to the NFL because that's where you're headed. Kickers, it's hard for the kickers to get respect, right?
Of course it is.
It's hard, but
oh, you wouldn't have caught me hanging out with a kicker ever. But this cat, this is a different animal. You're dealing with a different human being. No, yeah, you look yoked,
you was
man.
jacked.
Like when you're throwing up to you with the black hat.
Oh, yeah,
was that in Bali? That was the Bali. That was the Bali, Lou.
That was in JUCO, junior college. Yeah.
Every year at Dime-Lite, we continue to try to take it to the next level. Fly merch, watch parties, now we're getting into the content game. Slide over to our YouTube channel, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications.